So, the plan for today really is to show you what's gonna be briefly the layout inside the van, starting from the back. I was thinking really for one of the two doors to put a window inside. However, I wanted to have a window that has a sliding window so I can open it. Unfortunately, it's been quite hard for me to find a window for either of the doors to have a sliding window, because I'm gonna put such on the sliding door on the side. It's been a challenge to find such windows for those as well, because many of the windows, surprisingly or not, were I don't know what I've searched online, but many of the windows were from the UK. And I'm gonna tell you in the next video the drama that I have with the fan that I've purchased from UK and the customs because of the Brexit and all of that. If we open up this door here, okay, so as I told you in the tour video of the van, on this side will be the kitchen, and on this side in the back I would have I believe it's sideways, what it's called, the bed. Yeah, so I believe that 130 centimeters width of the bed, it's quite fine, considering the fact that I'm gonna extend the bed all the way to the back of the doors. And as I told you, I'm not gonna have any windows on the back, which will prevent the thermal bridge, which will help to improve the interval bridge, because I'm gonna insulate the two doors all the way up. I'm still thinking if I'm gonna remove these metal beams on each side, because I have one on this and one on that side. If I remove them, this will improve and this will help the length of the bed, because right now with them, from this metal beam to that metal beam is 194 centimeters, which I believe it's quite good, considering the fact that I'm 174. So here on the bottom above the wheel arches I'm gonna use, because as you can tell that is quite the space here. I'm probably gonna use some wool on both sides, because I'm not gonna use this space either way. And then as you can see, it's quite deep, and I want to have good thermal bridge here. So that's on this end. Here it's gonna be the kitchen. Probably I would extend it to up here. So these are 100 centimeters, and I feel like this is gonna be enough space to get in and out of the van. So I'm gonna extend the kitchen probably up to here. Now I'm still trying to find a fridge. So the fridge obviously gonna help me decide on how much is gonna be the depth of the kitchen, because the one option that I have is to put the fridge underneath the kitchen top. On the other side will be the sink, and probably underneath it's gonna be some cupboards. On the top, for now, I'm thinking I wanna try to have an induction hob inside. I know this would be quite costly, not the induction hub, but the electrical system that I need to have. So I'm gonna see how this would turn up, and because right now, for example, if we compare the gas and the electrical container inside, obviously the gas will be much cheaper as an investment. However, I just want to try this time to have the van without any gas. So probably most probably the heating will be on diesel. So I'm gonna buy a diesel heater as I had one in the caravan. But the cooking inside, I want to be on electric. So to buy an induction electric hob, and but that would at least would cost me to have 4 kilowatt or at least 5 kilowatt of batteries, which are quite expensive. So I'm still deciding which I'm gonna try on, but at least I'm thinking of having electricity inside only without any gas. Or if I'm gonna put the fridge on this side, if I'm put it on this side underneath the bed, this would obviously be good for weight distribution, because on this end I would have probably the electrical systems, the batteries, the inverters and all of that, and on that side I would probably have these water tanks that go above the wheel arches, so that's gonna be on this side. And it makes quite sense if I put the fridge underneath the bed in the middle of the van, because that would help the weight distribution of the van. So yeah, I'm gonna see what I'm gonna find, but for now this will be on a later stage as soon as I got and see what I have. On this end, as I told you in the tour video, I would have two seats facing forward, and I'm gonna have between the driver seat and the two seats on the back a table. The big question is how big will be the bathroom. For example, if I took my measurements again, okay, so probably this is a rough measurements as well again, but probably I would have something like this, which is more than enough. I mean, I'm still thinking to have no toilets inside, or probably to buy one like I have in the caravan, these portable ones, chemical ones, which I've never used, by the way, on the living in the caravan. So that's why I'm just not thinking to invest any on a toilet. However, I believe without a toilet, or even if I have a toilet that is removable in and out from the shower, I think this is quite a good size, considering this will be 70-ish and this will be 60 centimeter. Again, this is gonna be decided around the shower tray that I'm gonna find online, but I think this is quite fine. The space, again, for a camper size van. So yeah, I think that's it. That's for the layout. I'm working on the task to find the best materials and to find the cheapest parts. Not the cheapest, but the best deals for parts, because again, everything is quite expensive right now for all van conversions, and this will definitely slows me quite a bit. First of all, to find the materials and the parts that I want, and second of all, I just don't have the budget right now to buy everything at once, so definitely I'm gonna work on the go with this van. As I already bought the fan for the van, the next thing will be to buy the windows on each side. Then we'll see how things will turn up. Definitely I'm gonna start first with the installation of the van on the floor, maybe on the sides. I already tried on my laptop a few examples of color schemes and textures that would suit my taste. We'll see how things will turn up eventually when I'm gonna start finding and looking for the exact materials that I found online. Hopefully I would start soon, and I'm gonna share with you here on YouTube. So see you in the next one. Bye. That's a good start. Bate, coco, morri.